What's up everyone, it's Aslam Du Toit, and in today's video I'm going to show you how the top earners build their network marketing businesses even if they're not telling you that they're doing it this way. Let's check it out. What's up everyone, Aslam Du Toit, and like I said in the introduction, in today's video I'm basically going to take you through a concept that I shared on my YouTube channel, but specifically for the company that I'm representing or that I represent, more for the distributors, the reps, the business builders within that business. And I was receiving a lot of positive comments and messages where people were saying, this makes so much sense, it's definitely going to help us. So I thought, let me make more of a generic sort of video to help other people that might be building a network marketing business as well. Now, these concepts have been used to build traditional businesses too. So as I'm explaining it, I'll try to add elements for traditional business, but just understand that, because the primary business that I build is more of a network marketing, and I also do affiliate marketing. The two concepts are pretty much related. One specifically, affiliate marketing applies more to the online world, and there are certain techniques that we use there, but the marketing principles are the same for both, because these are what you call marketing principles. They are not tactics, they are not techniques, they are evergreen concepts that if you understand them and you apply them, they can be utilized in almost any business to basically stand out from the crowd. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I also want to mention that, in the YouTube series that I created, that was company specific, it was done in 3 parts. This training, I'm going to do it in 2 parts. So I'm going to cover pretty much the same sort of content, but I'm going to condense it into 2 parts. Okay, the first part being this one, part one, is going to cover the mistakes that most marketers or network marketers or business people make when they get into the online world. Okay, the two primary mistakes. And then we're going to get into the blueprint. Okay, the blueprint that I've been using to build my business. And how has it been going for me? It's actually gone extremely well. I've brought in, I think it's about 100, maybe it's just over 100 people I'm building across multiple accounts. So I sort of lost count with how many people I've put into the system. But the team has grown to over 2,500 now. It's only been about, I think it's about 20 months, 21 months. Okay, and pretty much all the energy was put in within the first couple of months. To be honest, within the last, I would say 6 to 8 months, I haven't been actively recruiting. If I was, I probably would be well over 200 people right now, because the team just started taking on so much, or taking so much of energy and time, that I sort of put my business building, personal business building, on the back burner, so that I could focus on helping the team grow. And at the time, that was the right move. But right now, it's time to get back to the basics and start building again. Right? So first and foremost, let's cover the mistakes. Actually, let's go back. Let me speak about, how I got to learn what I'm about to teach you guys, and why how I found out that what I was doing is probably not the right thing. So I got involved, in this network marketing space back in 2014. Now, just understand my background. I'm a finance graduate. I studied finance at university. I did have marketing as a major, in my undergraduate, but in my postgraduate degree, I specifically focused on finance. Okay, so I had a bit of a theoretical understanding of marketing. I also did a subject called consumer behavior as part of my industrial psychology major. But I forgot all of that, right? It's so many years ago. I don't really think about it. I don't even know if the concepts that they spoke about in there actually covered anything like what I'm going to explain to you guys here. But selling is ultimately psychological, and it's emotional as well. So when I got into network marketing, I was a banker, I was a finance person. And even though I was in sales, I understood sales to be more of a pressurized sort of concept. So understand, most people don't know how to do sales. Most people, they don't understand, or they don't get taught how to promote, businesses and products. So we get into these businesses not knowing what to do, right? We just have knowledge and we have a product, and we like, okay, how do I market this product? So we do what everyone else is doing, right? So when I got in, I was told to make a list of 100 names. Now, we still teach that to our team, like make a list of 100 names, 200 names. And the only reason we do that is because ultimately selling, there are certain principles that apply in selling that will always apply. And that is when people buy from you. So if that is your product or your opportunity, people will always buy from you when they feel that they know you, they like you, they trust you, and you have a certain element of credibility. Credibility is very important, because I know some people will watch this video and they might say, well, what you're teaching us is not duplicatable. Because when I was in the previous network marketing company that I was in, they used to tell us it's what duplicates, that's what you should focus on. And what if you follow these social media techniques or these other marketing techniques, they are not duplicatable. I beg to differ, because I don't think it's very duplicatable for people to do what I was doing. Okay, I made a list of 100 names and I was out every single night, sometimes until 11 p.m., doing presentations in people's homes. That's how I was building my business. I would be speaking to people in the gym. Every person I met, it was meant to be a pitch. Okay, that's how I was building my business at first, because that's what I was taught. Now, was that the wrong thing for them to teach me? I don't think so. I think it taught me the wrong way of doing it, so that I could ultimately discover the right way of doing it, because I struggled. So when I started in that business, I had some meager success. In the beginning, I think I brought in about 6 people in the first couple of weeks. The first month, I brought in about 6 people. And I don't think I brought in more than, in the 4 years that I was in there, I don't think I brought in more than like 30 to 40, maybe 50 people maximum, right? But it was definitely not more than 50. And that was over a 4.5 year period. Okay, in this one, it's been 20 months, 21 months, and now I've brought in about 100 people in such a short time frame. And I actually stopped for a while. I stopped doing it because it was just becoming a bit too much. Like, I couldn't handle the amount of volume. That just tells you how well the system was working. Okay, so I started becoming frustrated because once I had run through all the people that I know, I didn't know who to speak to next. Okay, so phase one sort of in your business is you'll speak to the people you know, and some of them will get started with you. But what then? And that's where I was. I started becoming frustrated. That's when I started pitching or meeting people wherever I could, and I would just see you. And I knew the lines, like some of the trainers would say, when you meet someone, give them a compliment. Oh man, that's a sharp suit you're wearing. And then the hook line might be, do you keep your income options open? I used to hear that. And the thing is, guys, to me, honestly, that just doesn't work, because it's unnatural to, throw those types of words out. Who does that, right? Right now, I don't pitch people. I don't ask them if they keep their income options open. But I still have people coming to me because they're interested in what it is that I do. And I'm going to explain that to you as I go through this. So that's sort of my story, where I was struggling to build the business. And then I thought, you know what, let me ask some of the top leaders. But I wasn't checking what they were doing. I was listening to what they were saying on stage and listening to what they were saying and telling us to do in private meetings. And it was pretty much the same, meet people, pitch them, get them to see the presentation. That was pretty much it. Now, that isn't marketing, okay? There's actually very little technique to that. Now, some people are going to say, well, I've seen top earners do that and they get results. Well, the thing is, understand, those people have credibility, okay? It's one of the elements that you need over here. People, when they have credibility, it's easier for them to build a business. Most people, when they get into a business like this, they don't have any credibility, so they struggle. So when I looked at what other people were doing, they were online, but they were never mentioning the company name or anything like that. They were offering other things, okay, and they were recruiting people. And I just thought, well, when I become a top earner, then I can do what they are doing. Okay, and that was already one of the mistakes that I was making. Okay, so when people get into a network marketing business, or they're trying to sell a product, it could be a supplement, it could be a fitness supplement, it could be a forex related thing, a crypto related thing. Man, what else is there? It could be a CBD or tea or a skincare product, whatever it is that you are selling. People come online, and this here is social media. Okay, over here in the corner. Okay, that's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, okay, Twitter, whatever it is that you are using. Okay, whatever it is, you're on these platforms, that's you over there. So what most people do, that's what they're trying to sell. So like I said, maybe they're trying to sell a skincare product, or maybe they're trying to sell a weight loss product, weight loss, okay, or maybe they're trying to sell a forex related thing, product. Maybe they're trying to sell a crypto related product. Maybe they're trying to sell, what else do we get? CBD products, okay, or whatever else, other. I'm just going to put over here other. Okay, these companies sell so many different things. Okay, or yeah, like coffees, right? There was one that was doing coffee, right? Here we go. So whatever that product is, okay, that's what the person is trying to sell. So they get onto social media. They've made their list, they're struggling, they can't get more leads. So what do? They get onto social media. So that's the social media profile, whatever it is, whichever profile that is. And then they go and put up posts about the product. So if they're selling skincare, so they've got all these pictures over here of the skincare product they're trying to sell. Over here, they're putting up pictures of the forex company that they are with. So company info. Okay, they're putting the company logos and name all over their social media profiles. They're actually branding themselves per the company. So whatever the company is, just going to put their company, they brand themselves against the company that they are in. And all their content that they put on the social media profile is all around the company, and the products and the pictures is all about the company, right? Now, here's something very important about marketing. Marketing is not about you or your company. Okay, marketing is about you helping someone else solve a problem. Nobody goes onto social media to look for a company to join. Nobody goes onto social media to buy a product. Nobody goes onto social media to look at company logos, and nobody goes onto social media to see what company you are with. It doesn't interest them. So mistake number one that most people make, they are branding themselves per the company. So I'm just going to put the incorrect branding. Okay, incorrect branding. Okay, because they're branding the company as opposed to themselves. That's mistake number one. Mistakes, all right? We're going to put their mistakes. So that's the first mistake people are making, all right? The second mistake people are making is that they are posting and filling up their feed with company branded content. Okay, they're putting out company branded content or product branded content, okay, on here. So the first mistake is on the profile itself. So this top part, if that's your profile, so your name is whatever your name is, and you look at the person's banner picture, and over there they've got the company logo and everything, right? That's mistake number one. Mistake number two, so they're sort of related if you look at it, but they are filling up their social media feed over here with the company branded names and content. Okay, now what I did on the other video, I literally went into the company that I'm with. I went onto that social media page, and I basically showed people. I did a screen share, and I said, you see, people are going over here and they are taking this content and they are simply sharing it onto their social media profile, whether it's on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, right? Here's the problem with that approach. I want you to think about how many reps are in your company. How many reps are in the company? Are there 300,000? Are there 1 million reps? Are there 2 million reps? I don't know. Each company is different. But the problem is this sort of technique or strategy over here is being applied probably by 90, if not more, percent of all the reps in your company. Of all the reps who are building, that is. Because sometimes people, they just come in, they buy the product, they're not interested in promoting the product, right? But the ones who are promoting, this technique is basically being used by more than 90% of those people. So what exactly makes you stand out amongst all these people to be different? Why would people join you? Okay? When the content is all the same. So I go on to Michael's profile and all I see is this. Okay? I go on to Michelle's profile and all I see is this. They're completely unrelated people. They don't even know each other, right? I go on to, I don't know, whoever, I don't want to throw out names. Maybe people think I'm speaking about them. But just to give you an example, right? What makes you different in this scenario when you're going onto social media and you're basically putting out this branded content? Okay? So, one of the weight loss companies, one of the popular weight loss companies, you always see people that have this shake and they're showing themselves pouring the shake or the drink, whatever, and they're like, I'm drinking my tea, I'm drinking my shake, I'm having my supplement, and they're showing people. And people are not interested in that. Okay? They aren't interested in that product. Okay? But that's what people are putting in. Because if you're doing that, you are basically the same as every other rep that is doing that. Okay? And those are the two major mistakes that people are making. So one of the things that I learned was I needed to get rid of all the company related content on my profile. This was a few years ago before I became part of the company that I'm in now. I found training online. I was struggling one night. I was sending cold messages to people, literally 75 to 100 cold message prospecting messages every single day. It went something like this. I would be like, hey, Michelle, I came across your profile. You look like a really motivated person. And, I'm busy with this company and we're growing globally. I'm just trying to remember what I used to say. And I just wanted to know whether you keep your income options open. If not, totally cool. Or I would message them maybe once and like, hey, nice to connect with you. And then maybe the second message, I'd be like, I noticed this and that about you. Do you keep your income options open? If not, no problem. And I was doing this like every day, every single day. I actually had a spreadsheet. I still have that spreadsheet on my laptop, right? I was doing this every single day because I was told that it's a numbers game. And I do agree that it's a numbers game, okay? But I didn't care who the person was. I was pitching anyone and everyone that would listen or accept a friend request, okay? And it wasn't working, so I was very, very frustrated. And one night I was scrolling through social media. I came across an ad. I clicked on the ad and I went through this training. Now, prior to that, I'd been reading some books, okay, on how to recruit, on how to build. And I remember coming across this one particular book where what the guy was explaining was making sense to me, but I just didn't understand what he was speaking. He was speaking about what I'm going to teach you guys today, okay? He actually spoke about this blueprint, and I just put it aside because I'm like, man, this has nothing to do with what they've been teaching us in this company that I'm in. So I'm not going to, I read the book, but I sort of put it at the back of my mind. And when I came across this training online, I decided to register, and I spent a bunch of money to become. I was frustrated, so I just spent the money and I went through this training, and that started the journey. That was about 2017, and that's when I saw it was like, wow, when they started showing me how I should be marketing and how the top earners are marketing, and they were showing us proof. Then I was like, I need to change my tactics. So what I did, I got rid of all the branded content on my social media profile. So if you're watching this and you want to take this advice, I'm suggesting go to your social media profile, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you've been posting, and get rid of all the company related content. Everything. Okay? Because you see, when people come over to your profile, that is considered spam. Okay? It's considered spam. And here's the truth that is eternal. People want to join leaders. And when you've got all this spam content on your profile, guess what? You can't be seen as a leader. You're going to be seen as a spammer. Here's the other thing that I found. Most of the top earners in most companies in the industry, if you go on their profiles, they don't ever show the company that they're actually a part of. You never ever see it. You don't see it on their Facebook and their Instagram posts. Very rarely. Okay? You actually really have to search to figure out, man, what company is this guy or this lady a part of? Okay? And I'm like, okay, if top earners are doing that, why on earth would we do something different? Because they say that if you want success, find someone who's got the results that you want and do exactly what they are doing. Yet people are doing what 90% of the non-successful reps in the company are doing. They're following that model. Does that make any sense? I challenge you, go to some of the top earners in your company and you'll find that many of them actually don't even brand the company on their profiles. Do you think that's a mistake? Okay, have you ever noticed that? Okay, now some of them you are going to find that they do brand it. And if those people are having success and they're leaders, I'm telling you it's only because of one thing. They have or had credibility before they even got involved in that opportunity. And people, for whatever reason, they've built relationships with people where people just see them as that credible person. It could be, whatever it is that they did in the past. Okay, so these are the mistakes that most people are making. If you want to improve your marketing and get more success, I'm saying get rid of all the branding, get rid of the company products on your profile, and you might want to take a sort of different, approach to your marketing. So those are the mistakes, right? I'm going to take this out. Okay, so we covered the mistakes, and I've given you some suggestions of what you could do to improve your marketing by getting rid of some of that branded content and the products and that sort of thing. Okay, so let's move into the blueprint. This is the blueprint that I personally use to build my business. I use a very different approach. Now, before we get into the approach, let's first speak about what it is that you are offering in this corner over here. It could be any one of these things, right? I know some people are part of like multiple. I typically only do one, okay, of these opportunities. I don't like to do multiple. Okay, but if that's what you're doing, then that's cool, right? But that's more important. That's one of the main reasons why you then would want to follow a blueprint like this if you have multiple things that you're promoting. Okay, first, who are the people that would actually buy your product? I want you to think about that for a moment. Who are the people that would actually buy your product? So if you're selling a skincare product, okay, maybe you are speaking to people that suffer from acne, teenagers, okay, or maybe there are people that suffer from blemished skin, adults suffering from blemished skin, okay. Who do you want to target? You want to target more females over the age of 30. Maybe there's a certain group within. So what are you actually doing? You're defining your niche. You're defining your audience. So who is your audience? Weight loss. Who are you speaking to? It's easy to say I speak to anyone who wants to lose weight. Okay, that could work. But what's more powerful is if you decide that, you know what, I'm going to focus on females over the age of 30 that have just had a baby. And I'm going to speak to them, maybe because you personally are one of those people. Maybe you're struggling to get rid of your baby fat after being pregnant, as an example. Or maybe, you want to market, maybe you're marketing to a younger crowd. Maybe there are people that have kids, teenagers that are overweight, and you want to market to those people, okay? If you're marketing something that's in the Forex space, so many people have been scammed in that space. So many people try and trade Forex, but they actually lose money in the Forex market. So who are you speaking to there, right? Who are you speaking to in the crypto market? Understand that if you try and market to everyone, you're not marketing to anyone. So you've got to identify who are the people that your product would actually assist. Okay? So I'm going to choose one from here, just one area, just so that we can use it as an example. Let's take the weight loss. Okay, so I'm going to speak to, let's say I want to market to men over the age of 35 who want to get into shape. Okay, now if I'm selling a weight loss product, if I go onto my social media profile and I go and put there my supplement, and I'm like, man, buy the supplement, it's going to help you lose weight and gain muscle. Okay, and I put a bunch of, it's the mistake that I was speaking about. That's what most people are doing. So I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, so I'm identifying what are the characteristics of this person. Who is my perfect audience for this product that I want to sell? Let's just say I decide that it's males over the age of 35, 35 plus, and they're overweight, and maybe they are professionals. So maybe I'm targeting white collar professionals, because if I know my product is expensive, if I know a shake over here is going to cost like $1,000 or whatever the case is, maybe I want someone that has a degree, or that's very qualified white collar professional. Okay, and then also these people have limited time. Okay, because maybe they're working that corporate job and they have limited time. Okay, and I'm thinking about where I was. Right, I wasn't necessarily overweight, but I was a professional, degreed, limited time to go to the gym. Okay, and well, I started training well in my 20s, but I've been fit and lean for since the age of 20. I've always been lean. I started putting on weight in my 20s, but after that, I got to grips with my fitness, and I've always been in shape. So let's just say that is the person that I'm trying to market to, and they are male. All right, let's say I want to target males. Okay, what am I going to do if I'm not putting up the product on my profile? What am I putting out there? I might do something like this. I'm going to put out what I call a marketing tool or bait. Marketing tool. Let's just put the marketing tool. Okay, so what was I doing previously? Previously, you were going from here and you're trying to sell them that. That's the mistake most people are making. They're taking them from here and they're saying, buy my product over there. Okay, going from WhatsApp, buy my product over there. You go onto their WhatsApp stories and it's just a whole lot of product pictures and whatever, right? You go onto Facebook stories, it's a whole bunch of pictures and buy this here, it's $400. Buy this here, it's 1,000 Rand. That's sort of the approach. Let's change the approach. What does this person want? Remember, I'm working according to who my market is. What does the person want? What is the end result that the person wants? Okay, maybe they want a lean body and they want to be muscular. Okay, and maybe they want maybe they want a six-pack over there, and they want to look good in their clothing, whatever the case is. So, and maybe they to get muscular, you need to do exercise, right? So what I would maybe do here is I might say, okay, here's 10 tips to get ripped at 40 years of age. Here's 10 tips to get ripped at 40 years of age, or how every 40-year-old male can be ripped, or how every 35-year-old male can be ripped. How, are you over the age of 35? Here's 10 tips of how you can get into shape, even if you have limited time, even if you only get 1 hour in the gym, okay? Even if you only have 45 minutes a day to exercise. So I'm changing my technique. What I'm doing is I'm offering them this bait, okay? Now, what happens when I put this bait out into the marketplace? Do you think this person from here is going to be more interested in that? Okay, and maybe this is free. Okay, it could come in the form of a PDF. Okay, that I could send the person on WhatsApp or on whatever, right? So now I'm giving the guy 10 tips to get ripped, right? Because I know he wants to lose weight. Okay, and I could add some of these things in there. Okay, so how to get the body of your dreams at 35 years old, even if you have only 45 minutes to train each day. Something like that. I'm just giving you an example, right? That headline is a bit too long. But you get the idea. I'm creating something over here. Let's look at one of the other ones here, skincare. So maybe this product here, okay, it helps people get clearer skin, okay, but maybe you're targeting teens, okay? So over here, 5 tips that, 5 tips to help to help your teen overcome their acne problem, something like that, right? So you're putting that over there because that's what the person wants. They don't want your skincare product. They want to know how do they get that result, okay? And what you are doing over here is you creating value. And that value that you're creating is allowing people to get to know you, okay? And as you create more of this content, eventually they start liking you. And as you continue remaining consistent, eventually they begin to trust you. And what's important is they now start to see you here as an expert. Someone of what does an expert have? An expert has credibility. So now when they see you as a credible person, what did we say? For any sale to take place, people need to feel like they know you, like you, and trust you. And they need to see or feel that you have an element of credibility. So when you are giving them this sort of information, okay, and you're giving it to them for free, not asking for anything in return at that point, okay, you are getting them to trust you a little bit more. You're getting them to like you a little bit more. Why? Because if you read the book Influence, right, one of the rules of influence is reciprocity, right? What does reciprocity mean? It means when you give something to someone, they feel obligated to give you something back in return. Okay, it's the law of reciprocity. Okay, so that's what you're doing. You're giving people something and you are building goodwill with those people. You are not trying to fool them. We are using proper marketing techniques, proper psychological techniques to be able to build trust in the mind of that person. I hope this is making sense. So now, as opposed to me trying to go from here to there, I'm going from here and I'm putting that up on my social media profile. Okay? But if they want to get that, maybe I put up a post on social media and I say, you know what? I just shared 5 tips with some of my private clients on how they can lose weight even if they're over the age of 35 and they can get into shape and get their 6-packs even if they only have 45 minutes a day to train. Okay? Just drop a message below if you'd like me to share the PDF with you. Now maybe you get people over here saying, yes, I'm interested. Okay? And you now taking that information and you're giving it to them for free. You give that to them for free. What does that do? It creates conversation. So as opposed to where you were going into Messenger or some chat app, where you were going in and trying to sell the person immediately, this over here, what you are now actually doing is you're going to the person and you're giving them something that they wanted, and it's giving you a chance to have a conversation with that person. Okay? And guys, you need to build that relationship. You can't have the first chat and then I'm going to sell this person something. I'm going to sell them this thing now. Okay? Think about how a doctor works, right? How does a doctor work? If you walk in and the doctor knows that he makes the most money if he sells, I don't know, his back pain tablets. Let's just say there was a specific tablet for back pain. So if the doctor knows that he makes his highest commission or his highest profit margin on the back pain pill, and you walk in and you've got an issue with your left toe, right? Does it make sense for him to now prescribe the back pain pill? No, it doesn't. He's got to do what's good for you. You've got to do what's good for your customer. You've got to do what's good and what they want, not what you want to sell them. So if there is a product within here that can now solution that person's problem, great. You can then recommend, you know what? But you need to uncover. Remember, a doctor asks questions. He asks you questions. What's the problem? How long have you been experiencing it? Okay, what have you tried? My doctor always asks me, what medication have you tried? Have you tried any medication? So, guys, you need to become a consultant to that person. Okay? Come from a place of how can I help you instead of how can I sell you? Because that is going to change how you actually approach your customer and how you approach your prospect. Okay? Now you're coming from a place of I'm trying to solution your problem. I'm not trying to sell you what I have. There are some people that approach me and I can see like what I have, it isn't going to work for them. So I don't even try and pitch them. And that just gives you power, because what I've now noticed is the more I try and take it away from the person, the more they want it. Okay? Does that even make any sense? Right? Some people actually avoid them because I don't want to sign them up in what I do, because I just feel that it's not going to be a fit for them for whatever reason, because maybe they're going to expect me to do everything for them. And I'm not all about that, right? I like my time. My time is very valuable to me. So this is sort of the blueprint that I use when I build. I'm creating value here through the bait, the marketing tool. Okay, I'm giving people what they want so that they can know me, like me, trust me. Okay, it's giving me the opportunity to converse with them and have conversations with them. And after those conversations, if the product that I have over here can be a solution to that to the problem that they have, I will then offer it to them. So for example, I'm in the forex space. Most people, when they come to me, they're already interested in forex. So I'm identifying, I'm only speaking to the people that are interested in forex. I'm not speaking to the people who are not interested in forex. So where do I find these people? If you want weight loss, okay, go and find groups here. You can find groups on Facebook and LinkedIn, and maybe through hashtags on Instagram. And when you search those hashtags and those groups, you are finding targeted prospects. So now if someone is interested in CBD and you're trying to sell them forex, does that make any sense? No. So what most people try and do on their social media profile, they have all these friends, and then they're like, I have this product, come and buy. I have this product, come and buy. And you might find maybe some of those people, okay, are interested in actually losing weight. Because guys, let's face it, should everyone lose weight if they are overweight? Yes. Should they? Yes. That should be the right thing. But do they want it? Does everyone want it? No. Some people are like, man, I'm happy to be overweight. I want to eat whatever I want. I don't want to go to gym. I don't want to train. For whatever reason, they have their own belief system. There's a marketing book that I read where the guy says, okay, you need to get in the mind of the prospect and just offer them what based on the conversation that's already happening in their mind. If you are going to try to change the person's view of the world, so if the person's view of the world is, I need to lose weight, you're going to have a really hard time trying to convince that person to lose weight. Whereas if you speak to someone who wants to lose weight, your chances of selling something here are much higher. Why? Because this person will raise their hand at this point and you'll know, man, this person definitely wants to get into shape. This person definitely wants to lose weight. And that's why you're offering them this marketing tool, this bait over here. They've raised their hand. They're saying, I am interested. Does that make sense? Okay. So in part 2 of this video, I'm going to show you how you can actually go about creating this tool over here. How do you go about creating that marketing tool? I'm going to show you a DIY option, do it yourself, and I'm going to show you a done for you option. Okay. Personally, I use the done for you option because this can take a lot of time. I'm just interested in marketing this, but I'm not interested in always creating this because it can take a lot of time depending on what you're doing. Right, so I'll show you those 2 options in video number 2. Okay, so catch that. If you have not subscribed as yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.